Hello and welcome if you're new to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, a warm welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about American kitchen appliance brands Subzero and Wolf as part of my home series, where I zone into a particular room and then focus on some of the items that go in that room and then recommend some of the best brands. And I'm currently focused on kitchen appliances at the moment. I'm Anesu Sagonda, and I produce educational luxury content for anyone after the finer things. Whether you're new to money and wanting to learn how to navigate the terrain, you're into luxury but you want to focus more on high quality under the radar brands, or you're young and starting out in life and wanting to reap the benefits of buying better quality from the get-go, then my content is geared towards you. Subzero Group Inc. is a privately run family business owned by the Back family, and within the group you have three brands. Subzero focused on refrigeration and wine coolers, Wolf focused on the other core kitchen appliances. Think, for example, ovens, microwaves, coffee machines. You have in there a gourmet range of small kitchen appliance products. Think, for example, a 2 and a 4 slice toaster. They have stainless steel pots, a range of knives, a high performance blender. You have the big barbecue machines, for example. Then you have a third brand, Cove, focused on the dishwashers. But Cove is currently not available in the United Kingdom, and so I won't be talking about their dishwashers or the Cove range of products at all. But next time I'm in the United States of America, I will try and track down a Cove showroom and talk about the dishwashers, so at least I can complete this Subzero Group range of brands. Subzero and Wolf are arguably the most high profile, the most iconic, the most revered range of kitchen appliances in the United States. It's a brand where you see their products, they're solidly built, they stand out, stainless steel, robust industrial look to the products. You typically will see them, whether it's some of the big ticket celebrities in the United States, their homes. Think, for example, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Beyonce. Or recently, I was in the United Kingdom viewing what is arguably the most expensive residential development in London. And I remember before going into the property, the estate agent saying, oh, we have gone for the very best of everything. We have Dogoni wallpaper, we have Subzero and Wolf kitchen appliances. And she was just dropping all these brands as a way of signaling they haven't scrimped on quality, on craftsmanship when it comes to all the appliances, and hence the whopping price tag of the properties. But it's a brand that's incredibly distinct. It stands out. Very well known and respected for the quality, the robust quality, the stainless steel look, and of course the craftsmanship of their products. When it comes to your eye level, your freestanding kitchen appliance pieces, they are arguably the most expensive in the market at the moment. But as I've mentioned in all of the different videos where I talk about different brands, I will compare and contrast at the end the different brands. So although Subzero and Wolf are the most expensive, it doesn't necessarily mean they are the very best. I think certain brands are very good at certain appliances. I'm going to be focused on their core products, so refrigeration, wine coolers, ovens, and also the worktops. Looking specifically at the ovens, you have 3 core ovens, and then you have a 4th oven, a combination microwave and convection oven. It's slightly smaller in size to the other 3 core ovens, but what they've done is they have created a front to the appliance that is consistent in size to the 3 core appliances. The 3 core appliances, you have a standalone steam, and then you have a combination steam and convection oven, and then you have a convection oven. All 3 core ovens is just one range, but you have 2 series to that one range, an E series and an M series. I'm going to be focused on the M series, because it's a better appliance. You have additional features. You have the gourmet mode, pre-programmed recipes, typically your favorites. Follow the recipe to a T and you ultimately end up with a meal prepared to gourmet level. And then you also get higher temperatures with the M series. Wolf appliances their temperatures are within 1 degree increments. Within the industry, brands vary between 5 to 10, but you'll have brands like Wolf and Gaggenau, for example, that are within 1 degree increments, which are incredibly precise. As I mentioned, one range for all three with the 2 series. What you get a choice on is the front of the appliance. So you have the option of either the knobs and a handle, touch screen and a handle, or touch screen and handle-less. With that particular style, you press a button to open and close the door. With the other two, all three actually, the doors are incredibly heavy. They're weighted, they're robust, as you can imagine. With the two with the handles, literally open them. As they start to fall, you can let go and they'll very gently come down and then eventually stop. The doors are rock solid. You can place up to 25 kilograms on the doors when they're open. Their ovens are the largest in capacity in the market. Within the domestic space, they're 30 inches wide, 76 centimeters wide. So they're able to take a lot. And you have that option of being able to place quite a bit of weight on the door instead of having to transport something heavy onto a surface elsewhere, baste it, and then bring it back. Open the ovens. You have the large capacity, as I mentioned, and what stands out first and foremost is the signature blue color of their ovens. That is the optimum reflective color when it comes to a color that can accurately portray the true shade of browning in the oven, provided the LED lighting is on, without having to open the door and interrupt with the temperature, for example. You also get LED lighting throughout. You have the temperature probe you can plug in, and the telescopic runners with shelving that's fully extendable. And then the back of the wall is convex. In that you have the dual verticross technology, whereby behind the columns you have 2 fans. And those fans are able to create consistent heat throughout the racks. That way you can evenly and consistently prepare food without having pockets that don't get air or uneven spreading of hot air within the appliance. Looking specifically at the convection oven, it has 10 modes. The usual modes, think for example, roasting, baking, you can grill or broil as the Americans say. You also have dehydration, proofing, for example. You also get a baking stone where you can bake bread. And the convection ovens are self-cleaning. Whereas the other two, the steam and the combination steam and convection oven, you manually would have to clean those appliances. What I'd also like to throw in within this oven space is the warming drawer. Same length, 30 inches as the ovens, and about just under 30 centimeters in depth. Fantastic for warming plates, serving bowls, for example, but you also get the option where it comes with stainless steel serving bowls. You can place them there with tight fitting lids, so you keep your food hot and also retains the moisture as well. Then you get smaller warming drawers for cups, and then one to vacuum seal, for example. So you have those options, but I really like the idea of the warming drawer. Moving on to the refrigerators, very similar to the ovens in that there's just one range, but you can choose whether it's an integrated appliance into the rest of your kitchen. You choose the front to go with the overall scheme of your kitchen, or you go for a standalone piece. You get to choose the shape, the size, whether the combination, whether it's with the door, it's drawers, it's a fridge, freezer at the bottom. You're spoiled for choice, but it's just the one range. Open the refrigerator. It's a very heavy, weighted, robust door that really locks and seals in the cold into the refrigerator. Open the door, white finish on the inside. You have right at the top, touch screen. You have the adjustable shelving, and then you have really good LED lighting throughout. Top right-hand corner of the door, there's a little sensor, and that sensor is able to pick up on the lighting, the overall lighting in the room. So when you open the refrigerator in the middle of the night, you get the munchies, for example, go into the kitchen light is off, it's dark. Open the door, the sensor will be able to pick up it's nighttime and therefore significantly reduce the brightness of the LED lighting. You'll also find there's shelving on the side of the door, which is adjustable depending on how high the items are. And then you have behind the door, very discreetly tucked away, is a water pump. You can pour ice cold water from the fridge. You have ready access to that, and it's filtered water. And then you have two unique selling features that make Subzero refrigerators stand out. The first is the split climate intelligent cooling system. As I mentioned in the beginning, the door is incredibly heavy, it's robust. Around the door, you have a seal. That seal ensures that when you close the door, it keeps the cold in. It ensures that heavy door stays closed for 20 seconds and you can't open it. And it gives the temperatures a chance to cool down again and come down to the required temperature. And then after 20 seconds, you can open the door, but the temperatures have gone down and the seal ensures there isn't any cold that leaks out, and it works with the heavy door to keep the temperatures cold. Coupled with the air purification system. It's NASA invented, and how that works is every 20 minutes, the air in the fridge is literally scrubbed clean of any bacteria, mold, ethylene gas, for example. So the air, the environment is incredibly clean, it's sterile. And then coupled with the split level intelligent cooling system that ensures that the temperatures are cool and they're consistent, that ensures food within the appliance is kept fresh for considerably longer. If you were to go away, for example, having bought fresh fruit and vegetables, placed them in the drawers and gone away on holiday for 2 weeks, I can almost guarantee you that you will come back and the vegetables will just be as fresh as when you left. And that's because the temperatures are cool and consistent to keep the food fresh, and coupled with the sterile environment that's been created by the air purification system. Looking at the freezers, as I mentioned, you have the option of either a combination fridge freezer, freezer at the bottom, you have the drawer option, or you have them as drawers, the fridge and the freezer, for example. With the freezers, sterile environment as well that's been created by the air purification system. They're frost-free. And then all freezers also have the capacity to create ice, and you also have an express ice making facility. So if you're having a party, for example, it makes 3 times the amount of ice within the ice maker. I went into the showroom in London. They have 2, one just outside London, one in London, in Knightsbridge, just off Old Brompton Road. And I really like the setup in the showroom. I actually hadn't thought of the drawer option for your refrigeration, and I like the way they have positioned the freezer and also the fridge drawers around the worktop. So when you're preparing food, you have spices ahead of you, you have the fridge freezer if you need to get things. It's all within proximity, and I just like the layout. I thought, oh, this is interesting. This is something I didn't even know about and would definitely consider. Moving on to wine coolers, very similar to the other wine coolers in the industry. They have 3 types. The entry level, slightly bigger in terms of the width, has the capacity to take up to 146 bottles, 2 temperature zones. You have LED lighting, you have the UV protection. They have what are called dual evaporators. That way they're able to maintain consistent and moderate humidity throughout the wine cooler. You jump up to the luxury one. It's thinner, lesser capacity. You're looking at about 80 bottles, 2 temperature zones. You start getting the telescopic runners. You have the UV protection, for example, and of course the dual evaporators. But their top end is the one I really like, and this is something I've never seen any other brand do, and I think it's a fantastic combination. You have 3 temperature zones. So you have the top part with 2 temperature zones, LED lighting throughout, you have telescopic runners, you have the UV protection on the front, you have all of that goodness. And then you have 2 drawers, and to me that's absolutely fantastic. That is the 3rd temperature zone. You could place this in a bar. It just gives you options. In the kitchen, for example, in a bar, you have the mixes together with the wine, you have spirits in there as well, and it's an all-in-one unit that's been very well put together, well thought out. And I thought, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. I really like this option. Does anybody out there have this? This is something I definitely would consider. With Wolf cooktops, worktops, you have a number of options. You have the freestanding worktop you place onto a surface. Comes in either a gas or induction option. 4 different size options as well. And then you also have the option of having a worktop or cooker as part of a range cooker. So you have either the gas, induction, a mixture of both, or individually, and then a built-in oven or 2 ovens, depending on the size, for example. And again, you also have 4 size options. And then you also have the third, a modular option, where you have small modular pieces you can place onto a counter, similar to what you do with a worktop. You could have, for example, the gas, induction, grill, steam, and then a multi-function modular unit. They used to have a 6th teppanyaki, which they've discontinued in the modular option, but they do have the teppanyaki you can place on top of the range cooker. With the Wolf appliances, they don't have the freestanding, the freeform option you get, for example, with other brands, where you can place a pot anywhere above a certain zone on the induction cooktop. What they have instead is the option to be able to join plates, and you can create a bigger unit, induction unit, where you can place a bigger pot or an induction plate, for example, and then cook off that, so you have a much wider space. And you also have different power levels. But what really stands out with Wolf is that their induction cooktops are a lot more powerful than their gas. So if you were to place a pot of water on both an induction and gas, it would heat up a lot quicker on the induction than it would on the gas. The final 2 appliances are part of the professional range, which can be used in the domestic environment. Significantly more expensive than the domestic range, but it's products that are built a lot more ruggedly, robustly, and typically solid stainless steel outside and inside. You have 2 options. You have refrigerators and also freezers. You also have ovens. They use the same ranges as the domestic appliances I mentioned in the beginning. It's typically more the aesthetic that they change. With the ovens, you don't have the touchscreen option at the front. All you have the option of is choosing one of their 4 signature knobs, and you get a much bigger, thicker, robust handle that really feeds into that whole industrial, robust, rugged look. And then with the refrigeration, you get a solidly built stainless steel appliance outside and inside. There isn't any shelving along the door. You also get bowls included within the refrigeration, where you can marinate meat, for example, and use the same bowls in the oven. The inside is made entirely of stainless steel, which is able to retain the cold a lot better. What you'll also find is you have the same features, the filtered water, the LED lighting, adjustable shelving, for example. And then, of course, the glass door on the front, an option you don't get with the domestic refrigeration. That is Subzero and Wolf appliances, literally in a nutshell. Any thoughts, comments, questions? Please let me know in the comments down below. To all my other viewers who haven't subscribed, please do, so you don't miss out on the other noteworthy brands I'll be talking about in the home series. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.